everyone, welcome to my channel Kel Stitches. I'm Kelly and this is Flosstube number 46 and today is the 6th of May 2024 and it is a Monday. So if you are a new viewer, welcome. I hope you like what you see and the projects that I have to show you, and welcome back to all of my existing viewers. Very much appreciated that you come back and see what I have got up to in the last fortnight. All right, let's just get straight into the stitching that I have done in the last 2 weeks. The first one that I worked on was this one. It's called Tiger Lily. Artwork is by Laurie Brindle and it is charted by Pain Free Crafts. Now this was one of the Crystal Club kits that my latest Crystal Club kit that I received. Now there is myself and one other lady started this together. So if you'd like to jump on, if you're starting this and you'd like to jump on and so we can see your progress and stuff, if you're on Instagram, just I've been using the hashtag Tiger Lily Sal. So I'll just show everything, they all come up. If you just put that hashtag in Instagram, it will come up with everything that's been posted under it. All right, so I'll put a picture of where it was. And this is where I'm up to. As you can see, I have finished this page. If you are on Instagram, I have been posting lately on Instagram a bit more. So if you are on Instagram, you would have probably seen a picture of this anyway. But yeah, I have finished that page. Look at his little nose. And look at these whiskers that are coming through. Absolutely amazing charting. Loving it. And this is why I start in the middle of my projects, because usually your middle is where most of your focus or your focal points are. So that's why I start in the middle. Of course, I can do the first 1 or 2 pages in the middle and then I can go whatever direction I like. That is looking really good. This is on 18 count white Aida and I worked on this for 2 days and I got 1,600 stitches into it to finish off that page. Now I was thinking that my numbers, stitching numbers and stuff were increasing because of the slow days at work, but I don't know. There's been some days where I've got home a bit later and I've still got some decent numbers in, so I'm wondering if it is a combination of the light that I use clipped to my stand, or if it I am changing all of my patterns, because you can do light or dark mode on Pattern Keeper, and I'm changing as I work on them all of my patterns in Pattern Keeper over to dark mode, and I was hesitant to do it because I tried it once before and I couldn't get it, or I didn't really like it. But I tried it again because I was having issues seeing the highlight behind one of the symbols, so I just changed it to dark mode and it seemed to help. So I'm changing all my patterns over to dark mode. So I wonder if it's a combination of the lamp that I'm using, because it's a really bright LED little lamp that just sits and just lights up my area that I'm stitching on. I think it's a combination of that and using dark mode. I can search the symbols a lot easier. So fingers crossed that I continue to get some good numbers. All right, the next one that I worked on was this one. It is the Out of the Savannah sale. It is being hosted by Cross Stitch for Everyone. This is not exactly what it will look like. I think the tree is. The tree there, I think, is part of it, but some of the other pages over here, there's a macaw or a toucan or something, and some type of colourful parrot, and a sun over in the far corner. So, but the tree looks very similar to what's on there. I will put a picture of where it was, and this is where I'm up to with it. As you can see, I finished off that page which had that bit of tree in it and have moved on to the next page. So this one's pretty full. This page is pretty full. There's not much of the background to miss on this one, and then it goes down into the edge of the tree again, and then further over this side, as I said, there's a colourful parrot, and then on the right on the edge there's a yellow sun. So those pages won't take me much to stitch at all once I get around to them, but it is looking really good. I'll just pop this cue snap, clamp off. So that is what it's looking like all together so far. There is a lot of colour changes in this tree, a lot of colour changes to get all of that, all of the detail and stuff in the tree. As you can see on the back, it is very, very thick. So as you can see, I have travelled with a lot of these, but all of that will get stitched over once I get into the higher numbers. Because what I'm doing is, because it's just page by page, I just load the page that I'm working on into Pattern Keeper, and then I just start from the least amount of colours to the most. Unless the least amount of colours is like way over here somewhere, and then I will do, I'll pick a color, I'll pick a symbol that's close to it and stitch all that in, and then I'll start with the least amount and leave the most amount of colours to the end, which is usually the white, because of the background. Because the background is stitched, but I am not stitching it. From what I've seen from a few of us aren't stitching white background. So I worked on this for 2 days and I got 1,410 stitches. Yes, the 10 stitches was on this page. I was determined to finish off that page on the first night of stitching. So that's what I done. I just stitched in them last 10 stitches. I could have moved over here and done a few more, but it was late and I didn't want to. But that is looking good. It will be interesting to see what else starts to crop up in the pages, because we've received all of the pages across, and now we're down into the second row of pages. So it will be interesting to see what animals start cropping up in the pattern. All right, the next one I worked on was this. It is my stamped kit, unknown author, I was going to say, unknown artist, and it's just a China kit, so I can't even remember what store I bought it from. And I will put a picture of where it was, and oops, can't hold on to my fabric today. And this is where it's up to. I was hoping to get the rest of this finished in here, but it didn't happen. I think when I worked on this, it was the Friday and Saturday of last week, and Saturday night I had to work, so I didn't get any stitching in. As I said, I would have really liked to get that finished off before I moved, but that's all right. I think what I'll do is, I think I'll just finish that and move down, and then leave all of this over here till a bit later. But I worked on this for one day and I got 500 stitches into it. So yeah, a lot easier, a lot more, a lot happier stitching on this now while using the thread conditioner, which I bought 2 more of them from Temu. They were only like $2 each or something, so I grabbed a couple extras just to have, just in case. All right. If you're trying to hide, you're not. I can still see you, you clown. Okay, so I've done the stamp one. The next one I worked on, and I've got an itchy nose now, was this one. I just call it Wild. It is from an Etsy store called 2x2 Stitch Art. You can buy it individually, but I bought it in a pattern of 3, in a group of 3, I should say. I've already done the other 2, and this is the last one to do. So I will put a picture of where it was, and this is where I'm up to. As you can see, I finished off the word wild, and I have started on that arrow. I know I was debating whether to do the arrow down the bottom in the etoile, or if I should have just done it in white, but I decided that I'd just use it, do it in the etoile. I've got enough of it there to get it done. So, because there's a lot of white dots, as in stars and stuff in there anyway, which I'll do in the 5200 anyway. So that is where I'm up to with it. I worked on it for 2 days and I got 800 stitches into it. And this is just on a scrap bit of 16 count 8er, I think it is. So yeah, slowly getting there with it. Slowly. Probably heard the horse whinny, the stallion whinny up there. Alright. Next one I worked on was this one. Daydream Sea Turtles. Artwork is by Sheena Pike and it is charted by Charting Creations. This one I also posted on Instagram. So I finished off this one, over here, and now I've moved up and I'm working in these flowers, those coloured flowers up there. I'll put a picture of where it was. Just trying to get this fabric sorted so it's... And this is where I'm up to. So as you can see, I did just finish. I did have just a couple of stitches down here left in that page. And I've just moved up into those flowers. So the colours are absolutely gorgeous. What are we looking at here? So that'll be the flipper of the little turtle. All of this is flowers and background. I moved along on this a little bit quicker than what I have been. I don't know if it's because I'm out of that heavy confetti of the turtles, or if it's just because I have switched over to dark mode on my pattern keeper, and I've found that it's a lot easier to find the symbols for this. But I did work on this for 2 days and I got 1,200 stitches into it, so that's just all in those flowers there. Yep, all in those flowers. So all I'm doing, all I'd done was just chose the first symbol that was down in here and went with it. And as you can see on that side, there's still a couple of blank squares on that side, which I will get around to filling in. But yeah, that is looking, oh, you can't see it because I've got it all folded up, but that's looking really, really good. I am loving how this is coming along. As I said, I do love it. I was just bogged down a little bit. Didn't seem to be making as much progress on it as I would like. Don't know if it was because of the confetti or what. A lot of colour changes. Not so much confetti, just a lot of colour changes. But we'll see how I keep trucking along with it as I get into that page a bit further. Right. Next one that I worked on was not that one, this one, Moonrise Song. This is the large version. The artwork is by Abraham Hunter and it is charted by Artisy Cross Stitch. So where was I? I'm up in this page here, right at the top of the pattern, filling in the top of in the peak of that mountain and that little bit of aurora colouring there. So as I said, with this one I am going to finish off the page that I'm doing, and then I will spread across and do the very top row of pages just to get them done and out of the road. And then I don't know, I might come down and do a little bit more of the wolves, or I don't know, I'll decide that. So this is where I'm up to with it. As you can see, that little bit of colouring from the aurora is in there. So I've only got, I think, 3 colours left to finish off this green that I'm doing, and then there's 2 more colours left in there, which is this blue here, and I think this darker colour here. And so I worked on this for 2 days and I got 1,500 stitches into it. The good thing with the lamp that I'm using is because it's only tiny, it's only about that big. It's a little reading lamp, but I've got it clipped onto my stand, and it shines directly on, so I can see the holes and everything better, even though I've got an LED light bulb in the fitting in the lounge room where I do my stitching, because of where it is, because it's not in the middle of the lounge room, because we've got a fan there and the fan doesn't have a light in it because it's an old fan. Still works, but it's an old fan, doesn't have a light in it. So the light is actually one of those lights that come out from the wall. And we've got a big tall bookshelf under the light, so I think it stops the light from reaching out. Like, I could still see obviously when I was stitching, but I think it stopped the light from, whereas with this little lamp that I've got, it shines directly onto the fabric and I can see the holes a lot better. So I think that is attributing to my better stitch counts. But yeah, that is what it's looking like. So I worked on this, I told you that, didn't I? And this is just being stitched on 16, yep, a 16 count aider. So yeah, looking good. Moving along with them. Throw that one back in there. All right, last but not least is now this one. This one is called Protector, and the artwork is by Katie Lipscomb, and it is charted by Pain Free Crafts. Now, if you've been watching me for a while, you'll know that I am not doing all of this background. I am not stitching that. I'm stitching it on an apple green fabric that I dyed myself. And I did get some good stitches into this yesterday as well, because I had an unexpected day off work. Yay, go me. I thought I had to work. It was my day off, and then it wasn't my day off because I thought I had to work, and then my colleague came back from her 2-month holiday a week early, and the boss asked her to work it instead, so then I got the day off again. But this is where we are up to with this one. So as you can see, I am very close to finishing that page, probably 500-800 stitches into it, possibly. And I worked on this for 2 days, and I also got 1,500 stitches into this. It is looking amazing. Loving the colours on this. I also posted this one on Instagram, and I was going to be cheeky and say, let's play guess the project, but I didn't. I just posted it. Because I only took, if you've seen on Instagram, I only took a photo of sort of this section, not of the whole lot. But that would actually be something to do on Instagram, is just to take a snippet of the project and get you to guess. But yeah, that is looking really, really good. So once I finish this page, I'll come back over to this side and go up and finish off that page and move over, and then I'll probably go down, and so I'll have that half of the project done. So a lot of this will be, sorry, I got a sneeze. I feel it sitting right there. Nope, gone. I apologise if I have an explosive sneeze at any point. It seems to have gone, but you know what these sneezes are like, they creep up on you out of nowhere. So there will be excess fabric, obviously, down here because I am not doing the background, because I measured and cut the fabric for the whole project with the background, stitched background, but obviously I'm not stitching the background, so there is going to be a bit of excess. But that's all right. Means plenty there for any finishing, framing, whatever I decide to do with it. And I was looking when I was doing this one last night, I'm up to about 63% completed on this one, and that's only because I went and marked all the background off before I started it. All right, so that is all the stitching that I got done. Let me just quickly add it up, because that is one thing that I did not do. Oh, now I've got a runny nose. Oh. Stop snorting. Go and get a tissue, woman. Wee. All right, so for the fortnight, I done 8,510 stitches, which is pretty good. A little bit down from the previous, yeah, just a little bit down from the previous fortnight, but that's going to happen. You're going to have good weeks and bad weeks. Well, not so much bad weeks, but you're going to have weeks when you can do a lot of stitching, and weeks when life and everything else gets in the road. Give me 2 seconds. I really need to go and get a tissue. All right, I'm back. Hopefully I've got rid of that monster. I do have a spare tissue with me, just in case my nose decides to start running again. So yeah, a little bit down, but as I said, you're going to have weeks when you can stitch a lot and weeks when you can't stitch so much. So it doesn't really matter how much you get done. All right, so before we pick my next fortnight's rotation, I am really in a fumble today, aren't I? We will update these. Which one did I pick up? The full coverage. Good, because there's more full coverage than what is there. There is small ones this fortnight. All right. So we have Tiger Lily, 1,600. Where's my red pen gone? Okay, so that brings that to 3,600. Yes. Please yell out to me if my mathematical skills are not up to scratch today. All right. Next is cross stitch for everyone, Sal, which is out of the Savannah. So we've got 1,410, and that makes that 3,510. Then stamped wild Daydream sea turtles. It's right here. So we'll go 1,200. As you can see, that stitching session got more than the previous two stitching sessions combined. So if I can keep on that track with Daydream Sea Turtles, I think we'll be going pretty well. So that is 2,200. Now, Moonrise song is way over this side. Stretch. That's 1,500. And that brings that to 3,500. And then Protector is the same, 1,500. Which brings that one to 3,600. Alright, so all of those numbers are looking pretty good. We're all over the 3,000s except for Daydream Sea Turtles. But hopefully another good session on that when it gets picked out next. And so hopefully we are just in the start of May. May already. How the hell did we end up at the start of May? As long as these numbers are 5,000, close to or over the 5,000s by the end of June, I will be happy, because that means we're halfway there. So yes, hopefully, fingers crossed, I don't have anything throw a curveball at me where I can't do any stitching for a long time or for days. But Shaped Wolf, well done me. 4,300. We're nearly at halfway with that one already. But yeah, so that's my numbers going along well. I'm liking how I'm doing this. It is allowing me to keep track a lot easier on how many stitches I'm getting into each project. So that is it's really handy. I like the way I'm doing it. It saves me having to sit down at the end of every month and write it down in my book. Right, now we're on to the small ones. I need to get back on the other one. All right, so we've only got 2 on this one, which is the stamped over here. I only got 500 onto that one this go round. So that brings it to 2,400. And then Wild here, 800. And that brings that one to 2,000. So again, tracking along pretty well. If I want to get 5,000 stitches into each of these by the end of the year. As you can see, some of them are well on track to that number. As long as I am at 2,500 by the end of June, which most of them are over that already. I think there's only 2 or 3 of them there. The stamped Moon Wolf 1, Wild, they're the only ones that are under 2.5. So yeah, that's what that one is looking like. Rightio. So now on to the picking of my next rotation. Now I haven't taken the Happy Mood Point Sal card out of this one. Happy Mood Point one out of this one. If I pull it, I'll just put it aside and choose another one. Sorry, there's probably going to be a bit of noise if you're listening with earphones. Alright, so mix these up so I try not to pull out the same ones as what I just had. first one is Protector. So we just seen that one. Next one is Son Susi. Third one is Farm Animals. Fourth one is Mini Top Frog. Fifth one is A Year in the Woods. Two more. Let's see what we will get. I don't know why I'm looking up the ceiling because they're all sealed cards. Ugh. Sixth one is Stamped. The things we do when we think that it's going to help us choose something. And the seventh one is Waterhole Masters. So let me just count to make sure that I did count correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, I will write these down quickly in my book and then I will show you the cover photos of them. Protector, we've already seen. Waterhole Master. Stamped. In A Year in the Woods. Mini Top Frog. Farm Animals. And Son Susi. Alright. So that's pretty good. We've only got 2 in there of what I stitched on last fortnight. So I'll probably leave those two till the end of the a rotation. I'll just work out later what days I'm going to be stitching on what project. Alright, so obviously that is one of the ones that I've just pulled out. Take that one. Take that one. And that one. And that's it. Right. So you've already sent Protector. Then we have Mini Top Frog, Son Susi, Waterhole Masters, which is upside down. And I don't know why I keep saying Masters because it's Waterhole Master. No S on the end of it. Farm Animals. And of course my stamped kit, which is the that one, which I'm going to keep out with these because it does not need to be in the bag. So there are the ones that I will be working on for the fortnight. Alright guys, I think that's about it. Not much else to talk about. It's going to be a short video compared to what my others have been. It's only just 40 minutes and I have been topping an hour. Alright, and that's just the way things are then, isn't it? So I'm a little bit later filming this afternoon, which is why you've seen Numbskull crawling backwards and forwards because he just got home from school. got off the bus. I'm a little bit late filming because the partner and I went out and mowed the lawn this morning, and got that done because we are meant to be coming into rain, which it looks like it is building up already. Well, I did hear a couple of spits of rain there earlier, and that's why my nose is itchy, just in here, because I washed my face. And we're in winter, and my face is drying out like nothing. So, I'm not picking my nose, I'm just scratching the itchy spot, which I probably should leave alone. So yeah, we went out and mowed the lawn and then came in, had a shower, all that jazz, before the son got home from school, who, as you've seen, came home and yeah, thought he was crawling and not showing himself, and unbeknownst to him, the camera is low enough to catch him. Anywho, so yeah, that's that. Mother's Day is coming up at the end of the week for us here in Australia, and I think it might be American Mother's Day as well. Don't know. I know UK and that had theirs earlier, back in March. So that's usually a really big day at work. So I don't know. And it's also, this year, Mother's Day is also Nash's 16th birthday. So I don't know if I'll get any stitching done that night, so we'll just have to work out when or what I will stitch on for that weekend, or not. Anyway, so yeah, that's Mother's Day. It's usually a really big day at work for us. We don't have near the bookings that we do, that we usually do by now, with only having 4 or 5 days to go. And I do think that comes down to the cost of living crisis that everyone is going through. I just don't think people have the money. But then you do get the ones that'll ring up at 5 o'clock on Saturday afternoon expecting to book a table for 20 people for Mother's Day breakfast. And then they get shitty when you don't have the available space for them. Well, dude, I'm sorry, but if you left it till the day before Mother's Day to book a table, that's your fault, not mine. But yeah, so really busy day. Hopefully we get a few more bookings than what we already have. Usually, I know one year we done, what was it? 300. We seated 300 people for breakfast. Now that is in 4 hours. That's from 7 to 11. Yeah, it was sit down, eat, go, reset, sit down, eat, go, reset. It was crazy, but we done it. And then, of course, I think that was the year before the world went crazy. And then, of course, there was that year when we were locked down, and then the following year, I think we were locked down again, were we? 2021? What is it, 24? Yeah, I think there was 2 years that we missed out on Mother's Day. So, but yeah, I just don't think people have the money this year to spend on it. They can't afford groceries. How can they afford to go out and eat breakfast at a cafe? So hopefully, fingers crossed, it will be a good day. If not, it'll be an early day for us. I have to work it, obviously, and depending on how many bookings we've got, Nash is going to have to work it, even though it's his birthday. And another thing that made me giggle was we had one lady ring up and cancel her booking for Mother's Day. And she had the hide to say to me, oh yes, I've got to cancel my booking because I have to work now. Oh, come on, love. You're talking to someone that actually works every Mother's Day. And so I got no sympathy for you. I just don't think people realise when they're talking to hospitality workers that we have days off during the week because we have to work weekends because that's when they want to go out for breakfast and lunch. And I just don't think people realise what they're saying or when they say things like that. But I just giggled and I was like, yeah, you know, those things happen. I'm sorry, but yeah. Sorry that you had to make you cancel your booking, blah, 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 you know. And then got off the phone and cracked up and told everyone in the establishment what she said, and we all had a good laugh about it. So yeah, but that's what's coming up, and I think there's a couple of other nights that I might have to work. I know we've got what are we? I know there's a Saturday night coming up that I'll probably have to work it. But now that my other colleague, who was on her 2-month holiday, now that she's is back, hoping that it will work, that I'll get a full weekend off, so a Saturday and a Sunday off, which will make it a 3-day weekend for me because Mondays are my days off anyway, so I'll have Saturday, Sunday and Monday off at least once a month, hopefully, and then one of the other weekends I'll get the Sunday off. So it'll be like Sunday, Monday, now that she's back. So hopefully that works out, unless we've got some major function on, and then I'll have to work it anyway. But yeah, that is everything. I don't think there's anything else. I haven't ordered any more Petite Treasure Braid for the Happy Mood Point project yet. I don't know. I'll see. Even if I just have to UFO it for a little while, put it on the back burner until I get around to ordering some more. I mean, it's not a very big project, so I just like to get it done and dusted and out of the way. Might just have to pull my finger out and order some. Instead of ordering some CXC, which I was going to do, I might just have to use that money and order some Petite Treasure Braids instead for this month. So I am waiting on the Sassy Devils pouch, or pouch, did they call it? Yeah, to come. I paid for it a couple of weeks ago or something. I had to jump on this one. The others haven't excited me because it's been like Christmas and Disney and something else, but this one, as soon as I seen the subject for it, I jumped straight on, put my name down for a pouch. It is Aussie Endangered Animals, so hopefully usually they'll post on Facebook or when they're ready to send them out, but it is a pouch that's got, I think, 15 individually wrapped like little prezzies in it, and so when it arrives I will probably do an unboxing of it just on its own. So as a Flosstube extra, I will do an unboxing of it rather than tacking it onto one of my videos, which are now usually long enough. Yeah, nearly at 50 minutes, guys. So I do have a video of the stallion when I went out to let him up into one of the other paddocks the other day, whinnying at me and standing at the gate waiting for me. So I will tack that onto the end. We haven't been to anywhere else exciting for the moment. There is a few things coming up in a couple of weeks that we may get to. So if we do, I will take some photos or videos of those. But yeah, I think that's about it, guys. So once again, thank you very much for joining me. It is very much appreciated. There is a lot of us out there now, more people joining Flosstube every day. I have come across a few new ones. I will have to make a list up and do a little bit of a shout out just in case you haven't seen some of them. But the ones that I've probably seen are ones that you've probably caught up with from Judy or others like that. So yes, guys, thank you very much. It is very much appreciated. I do read all your comments and heart them all. I have been a little bit lax on replying to them. Even if I don't have anything really to reply back to, I'm probably just put my 3 typical emojis, which is the orange love heart, the horse, and the little spool of thread. So I will have to pull my finger out and start replying to those comments. So I'll leave it as that, and my next video will hopefully be on the 20th of May. Because I pick my rotation on the videos, I really have to try to do it. But if there ever happens to be a fortnight where I can't do my video for some reason, I will just do a little pick, like a little video of me picking out my rotation and just post it, because if I don't do that, I won't know what I'm going to work on for my fortnight. So yeah, anyway guys, enough rambling. So wherever you are in the world, please take care and stay safe, and until next time, bye.